What up YouTube, Nathan Heightz here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to memorize and remember words in a foreign language with little to no difficulty, right? I understand that memorizing these words can be frustrating and difficult, so I'm just here to help you guys out a little bit and give you some of the best tips that I know to make this as easy as possible, okay? So we've all heard it, at least if you've been around for a little bit, learning languages for a little while, that linguists say that in our daily speech, we only use around 5,000 words, right? So although this is not as much as we might have previously thought, this is still a large number of words to memorize, especially if these words are in a foreign language which has no connection to your native tongue. In my case, it would be English, right? It's extremely hard to make these connections in your brain and to actually give your brain a reason to remember these words. If you guys know anything about psychology, anything about the way the brain works, is our brain is absolutely amazing. It processes things on the conscious and the subconscious level. Almost all of our mental faculties are processed this way. So when it comes to memory, our brains allow us to, one, forget things immediately that it sees as unimportant, and two, remember things that are extremely important to us, things that are going to aid in our survival, things of that nature. And the way that the brain does this is by connecting these things that happen to us, these memories, to emotions, right? For example, if you're walking down the park and some dude pops out at night with a knife and tries to take advantage of you, right? And you see his face, chances are you'll remember it because it was an extremely horrific event. You'll probably never forget this guy's face, right? But if I read a word in Chinese or if I hear it, I'll immediately forget it, right? Well, I want to let you guys know that school has lied to you guys. They ask you to review for tests, they ask you to regurgitate information, reread it, and what they fail to tell us is that we actually learn better after being tested, right? We actually learn from these tests. So what it comes down to is the difference between recollection and reviewing, okay? When we have a list of words that we want to memorize and we constantly review it, we go Spanish, English, Spanish, English, Spanish, English. This does little for us. Almost nothing, in all honesty, and the reason being is because we are not doing anything with the information. All we are simply doing is practicing reading. Now, if you guys don't believe me, you guys can test this out for yourselves. Read a paragraph in any college textbook of 8 or more sentences, and immediately upon finishing your reading, ask yourself, what were the first 3 or 4 words in the sentence, right? Very difficult. If I've tried this, if you guys try it, I'm sure you guys will find the exact same thing. And the issue is that when we read, our brain is telling us what is important and what is not. And if nothing has an emotional connection, it immediately throws it off to the side, right? It's basic psychology, guys. So how does this pertain to learning words in a foreign language? Well, what you want to do is you want to get a word in a foreign language and attach it to something meaningful. More specifically, first you want to attach it to emotion, whether it be positive, negative, surprise, and stress. For me personally, stress works out a lot. That is why I always advocate the use of flashcards, right? But so you guys can understand this a little better, let me give you guys an example, okay? I'm currently learning Tagalog, and there's a word which means with, right? And this word is kasama. It's kasama, something like that, right? I might be pronouncing it a little bit wrong, but it's kasama. So, upon, initial thought, this has no connection to Spanish, has no connection to English, so how am I supposed to make this word without just brute regurgitation? Well, what I did is I connected this word to a memory of me and my older brother playing PlayStation as kids, right? It's a very fond memory that I have. It's one of the few times we were actually having fun when we were kids, right? It was enjoyable. And the way I did this is by remembering an old game. If any of you guys have ever played Tekken 2, the last character, the big boss in the game, is some dude named Kazaya. So I connected this word kasama with Kazaya and the mental picture of me sitting on the floor in the living room playing PlayStation with my brother. And now I will never forget this information, right? So this is something that I encourage all of you guys to do with any word in a foreign language, and just see for yourselves how well it works. It's literally amazing. And it works a lot better than simply regurgitating, but in the worst of cases, remember that when put under stress, you will remember these things. It's called flashbulb memories, guys. right? When things are emotionally significant, your brain tells you that they are important. It's basic psychology. So if you're not connecting these words in a foreign language to something emotionally stimulating, a memory, something emotionally significant, then let me just be honest, you guys are wasting your time. So anyways, that's my tip for today, guys. I hope this video was informational. I hope it helped you guys understand memory a bit better. And yeah, no se rajen en sus estudios. Los amo y nos vemos pronto. Suscríbete a mi canal y bueno, I put out more videos than any other language learning channel in the last 30 days, and I plan on continuing this trend, so subscribe. Don't miss out. Peace.